Hello. So hopefully everything's coming through correctly. The internet went out for us at our house about an hour or so ago. My brain, I should just make sure. I know there's a little delay, but make sure you can hear me, so you can give me a loud and clear. See everyone reveling over Ruth's eclipse adjacent picture. All right, good, loud and clear. That was in the email reminder for this week. So, um, so what I was, the hockey playoffs have started, and some call this the second season. One might say that it dominates more of people's. Oh, hello, Annalise. Is it Annalise? Am I saying that close? Um, so yeah, and I'm rooting for the Jets too, by the way. Although I feel bad for the person who wore the salmon-colored blank T-shirt to their home game. Um, Got to figure that out. It's a whiteout for a reason. Um, a big hello to Fred, Mao, Colette, Emma, S. Quinn, Ruth, of course, Brian. Sorry I spelled your name wrong, Brian, in the email when I was giving credit to your coworker. Hello to Bill Joseph as well. Okay, so close. All right. Annalisa. Okay. What's the emphasis? Which syllable is emphasized? Well, I'll leave that as a question. So Annalisa. All right. See if I can get that right. I totally forgot. Like completely 100% just like spaced out 5 minutes ago. So like 14 minutes passed. I was just like, and my girlfriend said, while you do your meditation, I'm going to do this. And I was like, meditation. And whoa, I totally forgot. So there we go. Sometimes you like your brain gets reset. And so I've been thinking about, so tonight is the beginning of the AHL playoffs for our minor league hockey team here in town, which is still hopefully going to be here in town, to be determined. The Arizona Coyotes are moving to Utah, and we don't know what's going to happen to our minor league team, which was the property or feeder team for the Coyotes. Hello to Lynn. Lynn Jocelyn, welcome. I don't know if we've got any of our Aussie contingent from the future from Thursday. So what we're going to do is I'm going to shuffle cards, and we're going to do whatever comes up out of here. These are all, I said they're unified mindfulness techniques, and technically speaking, they are. But or I should say, the unified mindfulness curriculum covers a subset of what's in the stack. So no one has reached out to correct me and tell me that I'm wrong. I'm just correcting myself before any of the other coaches mention it. So what is in here, though, is a set of techniques from what Shinzen calls Ultra, which is his universal library for training attention. Acronyms, right? I live in technology world, and acronyms are abound. I have learned recently that the insurance industry, super loves acronyms. So yeah, you see all sorts of stuff like YOY or QOQ. So if you're curious, I'll tell you what those are in the chat at the end. But YOY and QOQ, feel free to make your guesses. All right, so we're going to shuffle this up. Hopefully we don't get one of the C techniques. Maybe we'll throw it back. And then there are jokers in here. And so, yes, S. Quinn is right. Ding, ding, ding. Tell them what they won. Yeah, quarter over quarter, and Y over Y you might be able to guess, or Y O Y you might be able to guess what that is. So I've recently seen H2 and H1 being used, and I guess that's first half, second half for annual planning. So I don't know, humans. It is kind of wild, right? That you can like say words and then like that transmits over to you and you know what I'm talking about most of the time. All right, shuffled. What is it? I'm gonna reveal it to you before I reveal it to me. See, flow. Didn't we do that last time? We're not doing that. Feel rest. I think we did that already too. What is going on? All right. I guess I make the rules. So focus out. All right, we'll do focus out. I have a suspicion we did focus out too. So that is hilarious. All right, so I drew see flow, which I think we did. Feel rest, which I also think we did. And didn't we do focus out? Gosh, I don't know. All right. So that's funny if that's what happened, but let's see. If we don't do focus out, let's choose. Gosh, I don't even want to do that one. All right, we're doing focus out. Whose idea was this? Okay, we don't. Okay, the other two for sure. All right, thank you. Ruth's keeping score. So we'll do focus out. I like focus out. I will offer you a variation of focus out where you can close your eyes if you want. So, because I know I was trying to. I think the thumbnails. I didn't do it last week, but I did. Did we do focus out? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. All right, I'm gonna resist the urge to go look. But if that's the case, then I think we drew on the 4th week of the month the 3 cards that we did, which. Okay. Oh, I said it didn't count. Okay. Well, we'll make it count this time. Oh wow. Due to a raccoon being outside. That is wow. That is a good reason to be late, to be honest. All right, so I'm totally discombobulated, and we're already kind of 10 minutes off our time here. So we're gonna put 25 minutes on the clock, as I don't even show it to you. So 25 minutes on the clock. Just a mention for Jeff Groves, who reminds me to put my phone on airplane mode. I do have my striker and the bell, so that's something. Yeah. Don't feed it, and don't demonstrate how to open up the raccoon-proof the raccoon-proof trash cans in Toronto. Don't do that either. All right, here we are. So we're gonna do focus out. I'll explain it as we go. If in case you were scoring at home, C in was the other thing that I said no to. So anyway, the deck is not in our favor. All right. Oh, that was lovely. All right, so I'll let that unintentionally lovely bell ring you into your sit here. All right. So really kind of feel like at times like you're moving all around, and this is that first opportunity of really kind of landing. So you don't have to be immediately still, because that might be kind of jarring, but just seeing if you can become closer and closer and closer to being still. We start with our posture. And again, we're looking for an upright posture that's not uptight. So we're not super efforting, but we're kind of allowing the skeleton to give us that form that we're looking for, and we're leaning on the skeleton more than we're leaning on, or we're leveraging the skeleton more than we're using our muscles. And then really kind of just getting a notion of what your inner weather is. So what's already here? And we're not looking to eject or evict any of our feelings. We're just kind of, oh, well, what's it like right now? And again, if you want, you could label it. So like maybe there's, I don't know, curiosity. Maybe there's delight. I've got a little bit of residual appreciation from the bell there. Maybe there's unease or something like that too. So it doesn't have to be all positive. And then kind of capping our settling in with a few deliberate breaths. Slow and low is what we're aiming for, cribbing from the Beastie Boys. Breathing in through the nose slows our breath down and allows us to breathe lower into the belly. So with focus out, I'll give you some framing around that, but a reminder that you can mark where we're at right now, just the sort of sitting and knowing that you're sitting as a waypoint, and come back to it. So if we layer on too much with the technique, know that you can come back to this and just kind of let me be noise in the background. All right, so focus out. What does that mean? It means that we're going to choose to focus. So our focus range, or what we're cued into, is physical body sensations. So feel out. Auditory, so the sound of the fan, the sound of the clock. The clock may be getting drowned out by the ceiling fan. So hear out, Hear. And then see out. So visual sensations. And then if you have inner talk, or you have mental images or emotional body sensations, no big deal. Just noticing that and then bringing your focus back to feel out, hear out, see out. And then just, or our pattern again is, where is our attention? Where are we focused? So for me, there's a bit of focus right now on see out. And since we're using out in all of the categories, we can just drop that. Use see, hear, feel, hear. So I'm soaking my attention into what I'm focused on, noticing that, and then optionally labeling it. So that's our technique. I'll let you explore on your own for a bit, and we'll check in with few thoughts or invitations. All right, so one pointer, if having your eyes open has become a distraction or isn't allowing you to settle in, then try closing your eyes and limiting your focus range to feel out and hear out. Again, you're welcome to leave your eyes open, totally fine, but just giving you a pass on see out if it's jarring. So, one thing that comes up when we start to use a technique that's more discerning is that maybe you get to a level of fidelity where you feel like feel and hear are happening at the same time, or maybe you're hearing and seeing something at the exact same time. Sometimes that can kind of throw a wrench into our sit. So that sort of turns into a bunch of "Am I doing this right?" questions, which are totally natural. So, one thing is you can choose whichever one is more prominent. You can combine the labels if that helps to show that it feels like they're happening together. Or you can experiment with kind of just letting the label go away, trusting that you're knowing where your attention is. Keep going. And one last pointer. So if you have a pleasant sensation that's come up in the body while you've been sitting, you may, or I welcome you to experiment with just focusing on that. And when you focus on it, if it disappears, then you can go back to focus out, or go back to the technique as you were practicing. But just offering an opportunity that or a pointer that if that opportunity's come up, then feel free to focus on that. Okay. So if that was the first time doing focus out, there's a lot of details and things to try to be doing. So this is your opportunity to kind of put that all on the shelf, on the mental shelf, and switch over into doing nothing. And if doing nothing doesn't sound like what you were up for, you wanted to do something, a super minimal version of doing nothing would be just sitting and being aware that you're sitting, or acknowledging that sort of awareness is already here and you're just sort of being. All right, our sit has ended. I'll ring the bell. Thank you for spending 34-ish minutes with me. May any merit that was accumulated together while we practiced go to benefit all beings. And yeah, if you have any thoughts, questions, you can always share those in chat. You're incredibly welcome, Emma and Gabrielle. So Gabrielle, I grew up in a town in Minnesota that well, we didn't have as many raccoons as Toronto has, but there were a lot. So so that makes me feel like sometimes that raccoons might be my spirit animal. Thank you very much, Fred. You are welcome. But yeah, I think so. I think we did see flow last week. I think we did feel rest the week before, and I think we did feel out to start the month. So that's spooky. I did not prepare the deck, just as an FYI. I'm not a magic trickster in any way. So that is oh wow. Yeah. Possums are terrifying and also kind of cool. Like I feel like I relate to life in a way that I would agree a lot with a possum at times. So so yeah. So next so and if you aren't if you want to hop on the email reminder list, I know several folks have joined it relatively recently. You can send me an email wherever chat is. I always forget on the screen. You're incredibly welcome, Mao. Yeah, possums are, by the way, super beneficial. I believe most antivenom is created by or as a result of studying possums. What a crazy adaptation that nature came up with there. They're immune to snake venom, I guess. So yeah, if you aren't getting the emails, next week I'm going to do a practice and we'll do something similar but we'll only have 3 options and it'll be, or actually we'll have 4. And it will be either feel good, well, I'll do this. It'll be either hear good, feel good, or see good. Actually, well, it should be feel, hear, see. And then be good is the 4th one, which would be all 4 or all of them. That would be the 4th technique. But I'm going to send out a video. I think the video quality is kind of bad, but I don't care. Or you may not care. But it talks about the structure of how we practice feel good. So in the Unified Mindfulness curriculum, feel good is one of the techniques that's used from the nurture positive category. So mantra and loving kindness practices, we can think about those as being variations of hear good and feel good. It just depends on kind of how we apply or how we structure the technique. So I thought I would do that next week, and that'll be on May Day. So so yeah, that's May Day. Thankfully, I don't think anybody will be parading their intercontinental missiles out on May Day. But when I was a kid, there were maypoles, and you made May baskets, and then you put them on people's front steps, and then rang the doorbell and ran away. I don't know why you did that in Minnesota, but apparently we did that. I did that as a kid, multiple years, and I think that was May Day. So, and if it's not, then somebody tricked me and I didn't know any better. But yeah, so we'll be meeting on May 1st. And then as you realized, April is almost over, which means that, okay, so you did that in Massachusetts too. Okay. Yeah, the maypole dance was a thing that they did in school too. But there was like the flagpole that they had like decorated. So, it's always funny. You don't know that your upbringing was odd until you get older and you realize that what was normal there is not normal everywhere. I don't know. There's some lesson about practice in there. So we haven't done our get together, our practice check-in get together thing on Zoom, and April's over. So I'm gonna try to figure out a time in May that's gonna work. Right now, tentatively, it would be the third Saturday in May. I'm gonna try to be sly here. So I think that would be the 20th, which 20th is technically in my world Tucson Day because our area code is 520. Okay, so you did that in Illinois too. Okay, thank you, Annalisa. That's so at least I that was like a Midwest thing at least. But so May, I'm shooting for May 20th. Probably it'll be early-ish for Pacific time folks. If I do it early-ish for Pacific time folks, I haven't figured out whether or not that's good or bad for Australia. So, oh, is the 20th is a Monday? Really? Oh, you're right. It is a Monday. Good thing you're looking out, Emma. Okay, so the 18th, May 18th, would be. Thank you. Calendars. I should have looked a little closer. So yeah, so May 18th is my tentative thought for that, and it'll be Zoom, and we'd have a Zoom link, and then I'll find a way for you to sign up for that, so that if you're not on the email list, I'll let you know and drop a sign up form in chat. I think that's most things. We're coming up to the top of the hour here. Oh, some people have been asking if we can see the industrial fridge on Sunday nights. So I think I've convinced Jeff to at least take a picture of the industrial fridge. So hoping to make good on that. And I don't know that he'll show it on video, but I think I can get him to take a picture of the industrial fridge, because some people have asked me and they want to know, what does the industrial fridge look like? And so yeah, so there you go. So requests. So you can, if you have any other things like that, requests like that you might think I can talk Jeff into doing, there you go. If you haven't, click the like button and maybe subscribe or something if you want to get notifications and things like that. So yeah, have an excellent rest of your week, and hopefully I will be a little more put together now that I'll have a week of hockey playoffs behind me and I won't be so distracted. So thank you for practicing with us. I'll see you on Sunday. Oh, Cashew, I'm so sorry. Well, there'll be a recording, so you made it though, Cashew. So that's what counts. All right. Oh, and if people have also asked, so I have it set so that chat doesn't repeat with the video. So so if you're watching the recording and I'm talking to chat and you're like, what the heck is going on? That's somewhat intentional, or I should say that is intentional. So I thought that it would be a helpful, nice thing for the community to not worry about. So yeah, so when you have chat live, or when you're here live, chat will be here, but then it's not replaying with the live streams. So, and if that's a bummer for you, if you're a recorded person and you're like, finally he addresses this every time he talks to the chat and he's not actually, there's nowhere for the chat to be, I could be swayed to turn that on. So, but for the most part, it's been beneficial, I think, to not have it available on the replay. So, so yeah, so if you're on the replay and you're like, bummer, hopefully it doesn't impact your overall meditation goodness. So have an excellent rest of your week, and I will see you on Sunday.